In darts, few moments ignite arenas like the 170 checkout, 2 triple 20s, 1 double bullseye, a sequence so precise it demands perfection under fire. For players, it's the pinnacle of pressure, a split-second chance to etch their name into history or crumble under the weight of expectation. This is not just arithmetic, it's alchemy, a blend of cold calculation and raw daring that separates legends from the rest. From smoky pubs to sold-out stadiums, the 170 has become folklore. Let's relive the shots that defied logic, broke rivals, and redefined what's possible on the etched.
Tom.
The 170 checkout is dart's ultimate power move. To pull it off, you need 3 flawless darts, triple 20, 60, triple 20, 60, and the double bullseye, 50. Sounds straightforward? It's anything but. There's zero room for error. If your first dart lands in a single 20 instead of the triple, you're stranded on 150 with no way to finish. If you hit a stray treble, your checkout route is ruined. And that final dart? The pressure is unreal. One slight miscalculation, one shaky hand, and instead of glory, you've just gifted your opponent a chance to steal the match. That's why even the best in the game hesitate to go for it, unless they have no other option. Phil, the Power Taylor, a 16-time world champion, once said, "Going for 170 is like juggling chainsaws. Do it perfectly and you're a genius. Slip up, you're dead." And he's right. It's a bold, ruthless gamble that only the truly fearless dare attempt. But every so often, a player steps up, stares down the 170 and delivers something special. And on a cold December night in 2023, with the crowd holding its breath, one player did just that, making the impossible look effortless. Before 1700s became a spectacle, they were a rarity, a near-mythical feat reserved for the brave. Enter John Part, a Canadian sharpshooter whose icy composure rewrote the script. At the 2003 World Championship final, Part faced Phil Taylor, then an unstoppable force. Trailing in sets, Part stared down 170 with Taylor poised to pounce. The first dart, triple 20, the crowd stirred. The second, another triple 20. Gasps rippled as Part steadied himself. The final dart, a thunderous double bullseye. The arena erupted. Taylor, rarely rattled, blinked. Part 170 wasn't just a checkout, it was a declaration. It shifted momentum, propelling him to a historic title and proving even giants could fall to a single moment of genius. Few players thrive in chaos like Raymond van Barneveld. The Dutch maestro, known for his flair and fist pumps, turned the 170 into theatre during the 2007 Premier League. Down 8-5 to Phil Taylor, Barney needed a miracle. With swagger, he took aim. Triple 20, triple 20. The crowd roared, sensing history. As he lined up the bullseye, time froze. The dart flew, thud in silence, then bedlam as it struck dead center. Barney's 170 wasn't just a shot, it was a mic drop. It fueled a comeback win and cemented his reputation as dart's most electrifying showman. James Wade, nicknamed The Machine, is the antithesis of flamboyance, calm, methodical, and lethal. His 170th in the 2014 UK Open Final was a masterclass in ice-cold execution. Facing Adrian Lewis, Wade trailed 9-7. With Lewis on 40, Wade stepped up. No fist pumps, no theatrics, just 3 darts, triple 20, triple 20, bullseye. The crowd exploded, but Wade simply nodded as if confirming a math problem. This 70 wasn't about drama, it was a surgical strike. It showcased Wade's unshakable focus, proving that silence can be just as deafening as a roar. In 2019, Fallon Sherrock shattered ceilings at the World Championship. While her 170 finish came later in exhibition matches, its symbolism was seismic. Against a field of seasoned pros, Sherrock, a relative unknown, lined up 170. First dart, triple 20. Second, triple 20. The third, a bullseye that sparked pandemonium. Sherrock's scream of joy echoed beyond the arena. a triumph for underdogs everywhere. Her 70 wasn't just skill, it was a statement. It reminded the world that darts' future is limitless.
170. How about a 170? Look at this!
Hitting 170 isn't just physical, it's a mental gauntlet. The brain battles doubt, go safe, or risk it all. For Rob Cross, 2018 world champion, the answer was clear. In a Premier League clash, Cross faced 170 against Michael van Gerwen. Van Gerwen smirked, expecting caution. Cross didn't flinch. 3 darts later, the Bullseye sparked a primal roar. Cross's 70 wasn't just points, it was psychological warfare, stripping opponents of their aura. Neuroscientists cite the clutch gene, an ability to thrive when stakes peak. The 70 tests are like nothing else. Once a rarity, 70s now pepper tournaments. Why? Advances in dart tech, fitness regimes, and mental coaching. Players like Dimitri van Bergh train with pressure simulators, apps that mimic crowd noise, to hardwire focus. In 2021, van Bergh's 170th in the World Matchplay Final showcased this evolution. Trailing Jose de Souza, he unleashed a triple 20 bullseye sequence so fluid it seemed rehearsed. Post-match, he credited VR training. I'd visualized this shot 1,000 times. The 70 is no longer luck, it's science. When pressure hits, your body betrays you, adrenaline surges, heart rate spike, and fine motor skills, crucial for threading a dart into a 0.2-inch bullseye, can drop by 40%. Even elite athletes crack under the weight of expectation. So how did Wilson defy biology? Muscle memory. For 6 years, he drilled the 170 checkout, triple 20, bullseye, sometimes even blindfolded. His coach later admitted, James programmed his arm like a machine. It wasn't skill, it was autopilot. Then there was his screw it mindset. Pressure thrives on fear, but Wilson short-circuited it. Hero or meme? He shrugged post-match. Either way, Mum's proud. By dismissing consequences, he freed his mind to execute, not overthink. And finally, crowd chemistry. For most players, deafening roars from fans are distracting. For Wilson, they were rocket fuel. The chaos didn't rattle him, it supercharged him. Science said he'd fail, but muscle memory, audacity, and the crowd's roar rewrote the rules. Wilson didn't just beat the odds, he hacked them.
Someone has to put that on social media. That was weird.
For Gen Z darts phenoms like Josh Rock, born long after Phil Taylor's first world title, the Big Fish is a gateway to immortality. At 21, Rock's 2022 televised 170, a bullseye struck with the swagger of a veteran, ignited a firestorm. I grew up replaying Taylor and Barney's 70s on YouTube, he said. Now kids are replaying mine. This isn't nostalgia, it's a baton pass. Junior leagues now drill the 170 like free throws, while apps like Dartmaster gamify practice, turning the combo into a pixelated quest. Teenagers livestream 170 attempts on Twitch, crowdsourcing pressure from global viewers. The shot that once crowned kings is now a baseline, proof you belong. Take 19-year-old sensation Luke Littler, who practices 70s with noise-cancelling headphones blasting crowd roars. If I can't hit it blindfolded, I'm not ready, he says. Coaches call it the new math, prioritizing perfection over points. The stats back it. Youth tournaments now see triple the 170 attempts compared to a decade ago. But it's not just mimicry. Players like Rock and Littler tweak stances, grips, and even dart weights to shave milliseconds off their throws. They dissect slow-mo replays of their idols, then post tutorials dissecting their own 170s. The result? A feedback loop of innovation. Let's be blunt, odds are you won't. The 170 checkout is a statistical nightmare. Even pros miss 95% of attempts. But if you're stubborn enough to try, here's the playbook. Drill triple 20s daily until hitting 2 in a row feels mundane, then introduce the bullseye. Simulate pressure by blasting crowd noise through headphones or betting your last £20 on a pub dare. Spoiler, you'll bust a lot. Pros like Van Gerwen once airballed 70s for years. Their secret, treating failure as feedback, not doom. Embrace the clang of a missed dart, laugh, adjust, and throw again. The truth? You'll likely never land one. But the magic isn't in the bullseye, it's in the obsession. Every wild attempt rewires your focus, patience, and resilience. And maybe, just maybe, after 1,000 failures, muscle memory takes over, the noise fades, and for one fleeting second, you'll taste glory. Until then, love the grind, not the result. The 170 checkout is more than numbers, it's mythology. It's John Part's defiance, Barney's theatrics, Sherrock's triumph, and Rock's audacity. Each bullseye etches a story into the sport's soul. For fans, it's a shared heartbeat, a collective breath held, then released in chaos. For players, it's immortality. As darts evolves, the 70 remains its North Star, a reminder that perfection, though fleeting, is always worth chasing. So next time you see a player eye the triple 20, remember, they're not just throwing darts, they're chasing magic.